24 hits, couple of home runs, 4 errors, throw in a couple of balks, a wild pitch, a passed ball. Typical final game of a Big 12 series. West Virginia defeats the Red Raiders by a score of 8-7, and the Mountaineers avoid a sweep here at the hands of Texas Tech. But the Red Raiders, regular season champions, now heading off to Oklahoma City. He's Mike Gustin. I'm Robert Giovanetti. And Gus, again, it seemed like a typical, I want to say Sunday game on Saturday here in the Big 12.
Yeah, a lot of action, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of pitching changes. We see 5 over here and 7 over here,
right.
So 12 guys took them out. Part of that was Coach Tadlock saying he really wanted to get some guys in the game. The beauty of that is the game situation dictated it because we needed a lot of bodies today.
You know, I think we saw a lot of what we like about Texas Tech, and I think a lot we like about West Virginia. Both these teams fought back from deficits. Tech came back with the 4 in the 4th inning to tie it back up, and Red Raiders left the winning run on first base, the tying run at third. So let's take a look at some of these early West Virginia highlights. They jumped out to the 5-1 lead in the 4th inning when they scored 5 times in that 4th inning. And really, when you look at all weekend long, they scored 1 on Thursday, 2 on Friday. So they hadn't scored a lot of runs coming into this one, but they just didn't go away. And we knew they came in this weekend on a 10-game winning streak. This is a good West Virginia baseball team.
Yeah, now that we've seen them for 3 ball games, you see some depth in the bullpen. You see a key guy late in ball games, and there's some quality arms there. We saw some defense in the middle infield, some guys in the outfield that can run. I mean, there's a lot to like about this club, and there's a reason why they're north of 500 on the year.
We just saw Kyle Gray get that base hit and RBI. Gray on the afternoon, 3 for 5, 4 runs batted in, including the game winner in the top of the 9th inning. So he had a great Saturday here against the Red Raiders, and clearly was one of the difference makers for West Virginia. And you can see, again, they're 33-21. They finished 12-1 in the Big 12. In 4th place in the Big 12, they'll take on Oklahoma on Wednesday, and they're in Tech's side of the bracket,
yeah.
So we may see these guys again.
Yeah, on our side of the bracket, and it could very well be a day 2 matchup on Thursday, and that often happens in this league. You're going to be
right.
on one half or the other, and so this could be somebody we face at least 2 more times.
Meanwhile, for Texas Tech, we mentioned they took the early 1-0 lead, and then they were able to come back and tie this thing up. And there's a run scored on the by Neslony. Tech leads at 1-0 at one point. After falling behind 5-1, they come back with 4 in the 4th. Couple of home runs, one by Gutierrez, one by Orlando Garcia. We hadn't seen the long ball all weekend, and so I think you see again that this Tech team wasn't. They could have laid down early. We could have seen some changes in the roster. We could have said, "Hey, it's senior day. We've already got the trophy. Let's just get rested." But they fought throughout this ball game.
Yeah, and it really is to their credit because when they got down 5-1, it felt like this big crowd was kind of losing some sizzle, and they jumped back in it, tie it up, and really the crowd hung in there, and both teams played hard all game. This was a fun final game of a series, not a Sunday game, a final game.
Hey, you mentioned the crowd, 4,432. It's a sellout. Yeah, again, great testament to the way these teams have really, the way these fans have really embraced this team. Let's look at some of the stats before we get out of here. Again, West Virginia wins it by a score of 8-7. Both these teams left a lot of guys on base, and again, that'll be one of the things you look at going back to say, you certainly had your opportunities. Both teams had their opportunities. West Virginia able to take advantage. And how about Blake Smith? He comes in and goes 3 innings there to get the win. Probably one of the best relievers in the Big 12. He'll probably be all Big 12 when it's all said and done. And he just shut the Red Raiders down.
Yeah, and Tech got a break there with the error, 1st and 3rd one out in the 9th. He gets the pop-up and the fly ball to get out of it and win the ball game.
Well, the good news is you got the trophy on Thursday. You already had it. You already reserved it, but you got it. Physically got it on Thursday. Now you get on the bus this weekend, probably Monday morning, and you head up to Oklahoma City, and you start action Wednesday against Kansas State in the Big 12 tournament, and then you wait for other prizes as well as far as regional announcements, which will come next weekend. And I think obviously see this team in the postseason, the NCAA postseason. They're probably right back here at Rip Griffin Park.
Yeah, and obviously everyone's almost taken for granted now, and I think they've more than secured the regional host, the opportunity to host the first round, and probably a national seed, which means if they win there, they'll be able to stay here through basically their next road trip after Oklahoma City would be at Omaha, provided they win out.
West Virginia wins it by a score of 8-7. Again, Blake Smith gets the win. Hayden Howard takes the loss for the Red Raiders. Texas Tech ends up the regular season 40-14, 19-5 in Big 12 play. For Mike Gustafson, I'm Robert Giovanetti. We're out of here from Rip Griffin Park.